right, so here it is, the final episodes of the second Cour of Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, and it's finally completed, finally concluded, and it was such good moments that we have here. Now, granted, even though that these two episodes were amazing, had some really amazing fights, you wouldn't believe that, honestly, a lot of the fights that you see are actually not in the manga. So, let us first go to the differences before we delve into more of actually this anime and its ending. First things first, this fight scene was added in. The fight's in the birdcage, or the womb they keep saying, right before the Soul King activated the powers to suck up all his underlings' powers and restore them. This was all created, and actually was really good that they did this, because in the manga, he did it while he was still in the birdcage, stuck inside there, and all his officers were basically knocked down by the sword of a squad member, you know, after he got it out of the little water tank thing, sliced them down, then he did it, they rose back up. Here, everything in between that has been added. If you remember, like I said last week, him escaping the birdcage did not happen that early. So this was actually really good that they added their own little fight scene showing how they showing more of Squad Zero, because, which we'll delve into a little bit, Squad Zero wasn't really represented that much in the manga. It didn't really show their powers, didn't really show too much of what they do. So here, having this fight scene where they're essentially prevailing and beating everyone, even Uryu, and then all of a sudden the power gets activated and they all rise back up. Marvelous. Actually, a brilliant take as far as these episodes go, because yes, they added a lot to these episodes, but you're going to complain? Are you actually going to complain? Like, oh man, I hate the fact they had so much fight scenes. Man, oh, that sucked. So, second thing, as far as the difference, is this part, where Yhwach has stolen the power of the Squad Zero captain, and his black power becomes his own. They added a lot of lines, added a lot of scenes here, because in the manga, it immediately was where Yhwach tried to steal his powers, and then he realized, oh wait, I can't steal his power. And then it went to more of their fight. Here, they add a little bit more where he actually does steal it, and as you can see, this flame, if you will, and all the added scenes after that, where it looks like he was successful in stealing it, but it doesn't matter because his black power just goes right back to him anyway. So, like I said, they added a few more scenes to it. Yes, it stretched it out a little bit, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Like I said, more of what was going on. And the key is they delve more into actually these fights so they make more sense. Because trust and believe, if they skipped over a lot of this, people will be like really confused. So I would have to give it to the animators. Amazing job to fill us in and see more of these fights. And now finally, this girl's Bankai, absolutely created. Completely not in the manga. So much so that the whole scene of them saying, where the squad captains were sacrificing themselves to give one of them the power to do Bankai, completely created. In the manga, honestly, these guys get left in the dust. Like, they literally do not show what happens to them. It ends up transitioning to be the whole fight between Yhwach and the squad captain, that so much so they're given like maybe a panel later where it shows them on the ground, and then that's it. So we honestly learn nothing more of their powers, their fighting capabilities, or anything that can really do in the last battles in the birdcage, if you will. So anything you see where they're battling in the birdcage, the majority of it, about 90% of it, was created. Especially after the point where Yhwach leaves the birdcage, almost anything after that is kind of created. except for the little bit about the whole lethal dose part where the guy's explaining his powers, which honestly will be very important. Of course, it probably didn't make sense. It will make more sense later. But here, all of this absolutely created by the studio, and oh my god, they can create some Bankais. Like, this girl's Bankai was crazy, crazy good. I would have never even thought of anything like this. Like, it makes sense because she's a seamstress and the whole looms and stuff, and her sword is kind of like a needle, if you will. But oh my god, I was just breath taken away, just her just popping off like this. Oh man. Now that the differences are out of the way, and yes, there were a little bit more in differences, yes, here and there, as far as words spoken, things done, but these were the hugest, biggest changes and differences that was done in this anime. And I think that's the most important to cover. I don't feel like it's important to nitpick every little line, every little thing that was done different. These are the major ones, and these are the ones that matter to you as the viewer. Now, revisiting this part, oh my lord, this was an amazing Bankai. As we get into the analysis of things, I cannot believe that they came back and did the way that they did this, and the artistry of it is so good and so amazing. She single-handedly in her Bankai just dispatched all of them. All of them that they're in their powered up state. Even Uryu, that she just cleaned house and did all these powers and special things to them. That was it. That was it. That's all we know about. Now, granted, I think it's weird that it ended the way they did. Not many times are you going to find a cliffhanger, if you will, with the good guys winning. It's crazy because she dispatches them, then the captain of the Squad Zero dispatches Yhwach, and then that's it. It's like, all right, that's all there is. Stay tuned. See you next year. Hello? Normally, you have some type of cliffhanger, like where you want the good guys to win, but then all of a sudden, oh no, they're not winning. What's gonna happen? Tune in, whatever it comes back. Now it's like, well, the bad guys have lost and the game's over. See you guys next year. And it's like, wait a minute, that just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right. I agree, it's a very interesting take. I will say it's a very interesting take, because I honestly did not peg them to actually do something of this nature. But hey, it is done. What is done is done. Another thing I have to give it up for is this captain of Squad Zero. His powers are definitely very interesting, and they are showing how much more powerful he is than everything else, because he's supposed to be like the first guy with the first Zanpakuto, with the first everything. Even when he's like, I guess the kids call it Bankai, this is what it does. It was a pretty interesting line. The fact of the matter is, his power to kind of rewrite things, it's crazy how it was hinted the whole time, how he kept saying to Yhwach, stop using my name so lightly. And he kept, as a guy that has power over names, it makes sense how he's like, you keep talking about me like you own me, but he has control over names. So him, as he was saying, taking the name of Arms away, so they're just R, and then Yhwach to Yhwach or whatever, to overwrite him and name him Black Ant, like he's an ant that he just needs to step on and such. As he says, the king of bugs, if you will. Like, his power is more than just simply just cutting things down and absolutely just killing them. It's more of a deleting them and who they are and what makes them them. And I have to give it up that power is actually pretty nice and actually pretty interesting. And of course, going to this almost Buddha-like roots here, and how he does all these powers. It reminds me of, for those that are definitely familiar with it, if you remember in Naruto, the first Hokage, how he, in his Sage mode and such, did a lot of things with Buddha statue and his attacks with the 1,000 hand styles, it was very similar to that, where he's attacking with the hands and feet and such, which is to that Buddhist aspect, which is perfectly fine. I think they captured it brilliantly with the fact that not only was his fighting style that way, then he also has the brush to rewrite and almost erase things and create things with his brush. And you gotta enjoy how the fact that his power is over things that are black and darkness. For those that don't know, the name of the anime is called Bleach. Well, the story goes that it was at one time going to be called Black, but then the creator thought that was too simple of a name and then was thinking of, okay, what could I call it instead of black? And he thought of the opposite, which was white, and then it got tied into Bleach. So, of course, he wanted to name it Black because of the whole the Soul Reapers and what they're wearing is black, and then a lot of different things that's happening there. Now we have the name of Bleach corresponding to the white, but here, his power, this guy that's supposed to be the strongest of all Soul Reapers, literally the #1 guy that protects the Soul King, his power has to deal with black and has to deal with darkness. So it kind of ties together if you really think about it. And I think it's a very brilliant way of weaving the story together, if you will. So I'll leave things off with this. If you guys haven't checked it out already, make sure you guys go to YouTube and check out Viz Media. They actually have the trailer for part 3 Cour, and that is going to be coming out in 2024. That's really all that's officially been said. Coming in 2024. We don't know what month, we don't know what date, but they do have a trailer that is showcasing what is going on. So here you can see Ichigo and them running to the Soul King, which, of course, if Ichigo and them is going on, this is far from over. Even though everything ended in cliffhang like they were winning, the good guys, we kind of know that's not going to be the case or whatever, because Ichigo is running there, and him being the main protagonist, no way someone else is going to hey, thanks for showing up, Ichigo, thanks for being here, but we took care of things, and these next few episodes are going to be nothing more than us having a celebration of winning. Yeah, it's not happening like that. But I will say that it does show images and things that are to come in the third part, which are very cryptic and very weird, and it's actually beautifully done. It without giving anything away, without letting you as the viewer know what's going to be happening in this third Cour. They didn't really show anything to showcase, be like, oh man, spoilers, why'd they show that? It was very well done. And they even have a tribute, if you will, for the episodes that did happen in the second Cour. So definitely check them out on YouTube, and you won't be disappointed. But regardless, hey, when it comes out in 2024, I will definitely be there to watch it. Bleach I can't believe how well Bleach has come back and come out strong. OG Bleach viewers are sitting here and eating good. And as one of those, I'm enjoying every moment of it, because this was the Bleach we remembered. And yes, there might have been some censored parts about Bleach in the past, but this time around, they do not care. They will straight up show people cut in half, shot up, all the stuff, and it's just marvelously done. If this next part is done in the same aspects, the same animation, added scenes, all this that we've had thus far, especially in the second Cour, man, I am definitely going to be here for it. Not going to give a rating as far as the Cour is concerned, because honestly, we'll wait until all of Bleach is done before we give a rating for it. Aside from that, though, I will say I highly enjoyed it, highly endorse it. Anyone that is on the fence that has not seen Bleach, like this is your first chance of coming into Bleach and first seeing it, and you didn't grow up on it, didn't see old school Bleach, I would encourage anyone, go back and watch it. I mean, shoot, the ones that actually have seen it, go back and watch it. It will let you appreciate everything that's happening, everything that's going on, even more so, and especially if you're just watching this for the first time. But aside from that fact, I hope you guys did enjoy the analysis. We'll be back when Bleach comes back, especially next year as we continue more analysis on Bleach. I hope you guys have enjoyed these analysis for the second Cour, and definitely make sure you guys tune into my other videos for other anime on the channel. And if you're new here, make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys subscribe for more, because we're definitely growing and we'll definitely continue to go over some, especially as the next anime season starts up here shortly. You guys be safe, take care, and Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.